Damn, this place never fails to impress me. Yeah, it's enormous. I guess it's at least 10 stories high. Actually, I believe it's about 16 stories. Apparently, the companies affiliated with the IBC are located on the 5th through the 10th floors. Really? Indeed, they are a significant source of Crossbell's tax revenue. So, what's the plan? We did show up without an appointment. Why don't we try speaking with the receptionist? Ellie? Oh, this guy. Ernest? Fancy meeting you here. Surely Ernest isn't Yin. Surely it's not him. I see you're with your colleagues, so I can only assume you're here for work. Yes, we are. There's something we'd like to look into. Did Grandfather send you here? Ah, yes. I met with a consultant. I met for a I cannot talk. I cannot talk today. I went for a consultation regarding how to manage the office's operation funds. As you know, work will become much busier next month, so I'm trying to get a head start. Makes sense. By the way, Ellie, have you given some thought to what we discussed? I have. I apologize, but I'm not ready to resign from the force just yet. I still haven't truly accomplished my goal. As long as that continues to be the case, I won't even reach my full potential. I'm positive I'd only be a burden to Grandfather the way I am now. Could you answer this at least? The road you've taken, the only way... Wait, is the road you've taken the only way for you to achieve this goal of yours? I couldn't... What the fuck? I couldn't read that. Words were getting mixed up. That's a phenomenon when your words get mixed up. I don't remember what that's called. Probably have it on screen, but God, that was happening. Is this goal even achievable in the first place? If it turns out you're just chasing a fantasy, all of your efforts would be in waste. I won't deny there's a chance. However, the knowledge I've gained these last 2 months has broadened my horizons more than I could have ever hoped. I feel myself growing as a person with each new obstacle we overcome. So I'll have to apologize to you once more. I'm going to continue working with the SSS as hard as I can until I've reached my full potential. Ugh. Well, at the very least, you're certain now. Does that mean I won't press you any further? What a shame. Just when I thought I'd be capable of... Just when I thought I'd be able to bring you on a capable aid. I suppose I was mistaken, though. Ernest. Okay. That's not even that big of a deal. No, that's weird that he just happened to be there and just happened to run into Ellie. That's got me suspicious. Got me suspicious. That's suspicious. Something don't seem right. I get the impression he worries about you a lot, Ellie. Also, what was Ernest about? What was that about Ernest being your teacher? He tutored me when I was a child. Sadly, we haven't talked much since I went to study abroad. Huh. He's an experienced fencer, if I recall correctly. Yeah! I heard that he also serves as Grandfather's bodyguard because of his skills. Huh. That, again, raises suspicion. Grace. It feels like it's been forever since we last met. The news about last month's incidents with those monsters left me speechless. Don't worry, my friend. I know you've been busting your humps. Grace, please. Now that you mention it, someone else wrote that article, huh? Yep, unfortunately, I was away from Crossbell at the time, covering a different story that needed that special grace pizzazz. So you're not the one who didn't do me any... You're not the one who didn't give me any credit. No, that was the one before that where you didn't give me any goddamn credit. I'm really sad I missed out on the chance to write about you guys again, though you're my favorite subjects for sure. I think you may have been better for us in the end. Yeah, getting dunked on all the time by your articles can really wear a guy down, you know? Yeah, why can't you guys feel the boundless love I have for you? Like my mama bird watching over her chicks grow. Well, putting that aside, do you have business here? Do I detect hints of another sensational investigation blossoming? Not at all, just your imagination. We're just here to look into a few things. Well, if you say so. I'm actually pretty busy myself, so I'll leave you guys alone. For now. Catch you later, besties. That woman is nothing but trouble. Ugh. That lady's always marching to the beat of her own drum. She did not hound us as much as she usually does, however. She has a lot of ground to cover with the anniversary festival coming up. It'd be nice if we could avoid having her write another article on us, though. Well, whatever. Let's head on inside. We still need to continue to see ourselves. Whatever. I honestly didn't expect a cutscene to happen there, so I didn't get an audio sync. Down, down, up, up. Let's go. I still love these animations. I'm out of eggs. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Bank of Crossbell. Oh, Miss McDowell, it's good to see you again. I see you brought your SSS companions as well. Thank you for helping us test our new service the other day. It couldn't have reached its current popularity without your efforts. Really, glad to hear it. I'm glad we were able to assist you. We'll be sure to rely on your help again when the time comes. How can I help you today? Actually... Something I need to ask you, Lanfei. Would it be possible to see Mr. Crois? Oh. You're not here to see Miss Crois? Right, I'm sorry, we don't have an appointment set up. But even so, we'd still like to meet with him. Is he available? Actually, it just so happens he's in his office right now. Will all four of you be meeting with him? Yes, we'd like to ask him a few questions regarding a certain incident. Really? Understood. Please wait while I notify him of your arrival. Damn! Leave it to our Madame Zelli to have a free pass right into the C-suites. She really is from a different world as the rest of us. Yes, yes. Understood. I'll send them in. Mr. Crois will meet with you now. I'll issue you a key card for the elevator. His office is on the top floor. So it's basically a big fancy security system. Almost feels like they're just using all the latest gadgets they can. Well, the IBC spearheaded the Crossbell City portion of the Orbital project. Okay. I believe the government provides 30% while the Epstein Foundation provides the final 10. Incredible. I didn't know they were shouldering more than half of the cost. You're telling me Crossbell's most generous man's waiting for us at the top, eh? Mm-hmm. Now then, I'll use the card and take us where we need to go. Wow. This view is amazing. That's a 1 million Mara view. Probably about the cost of them, too. I visited the Epstein Foundation's offices in this building, but it hardly compares. The view from this floor is exceptional. Absolutely. The CEO's office is at the end of the hallway. I think it'd be rude of us to keep him waiting after he agreed to meet with us on such short notice. Bell's room. Uncle? Uncle Dieter? It's Ellie. Well, come on in. Thank you. Ellie, it's been far too long. Close to half a year if I remember correctly. That sounds about right, but more importantly, I'm glad to see you're doing well, Uncle Dieter. My apologies for not scheduling a proper appointment. Come now, don't talk as though we're strangers. You're my little girl's best friend and the daughter of my very own good friend as well. You're nothing short of family at this point. Okay, so they're not actually related, they're just close. Thank you, Uncle. Think nothing of it. I've heard from my dear beloved daughter that you've joined the CPD. Will these be your fellow officers? They are indeed. We're part of the Special Support Section. Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Lloyd Bannings. And I'm Randy Orlando. Tio Plato. How do you do? It's nice to finally meet the three of you. I've read all about you in the Crossbell Times. I am Dieter Crois, CEO of the Bank of Crossbell. Lloyd, Randy, and Tio, he said. We're all friends here, so why don't you feel like you need to call me Mr. Croy or anything like that? Just Dieter is fine. This guy's full of shit, I just know it. Were his teeth gleaming just now? They're so shiny I can smell the mint all the way from here. Anyway, shall we get down to business? I believe you're here to ask me a few questions. Might I ask what they concern? The thing is, we're trying to uncover the truth behind our current investigation, and as of now, I think I understand your predicament. This Yin fellow sent an orb mail from the IBC to your office. We suspect it was sent from the IBC's main terminal. There is a strong possibility Yin took control of the terminal in order to do just that. I see. To be perfectly honest, I have the utmost confidence in our building's security. Even more so when it comes to the floor the main terminal is on. Only a few authorized individuals can even access it. Furthermore, you have to have proper authentication to operate the terminal. I know this may be rude of me to ask, but have any employees with proper clearance been acting suspicious lately? Perhaps a recent hire or somebody who's been acting out of the ordinary. Not that I can think of. I have the utmost trust in every single one of my employees. But that brings me to another thought, Lloyd. Have you explored other possibilities? For example, what if I was pretending to be this Yin character and I sent you the message? What? You're joking, right? Uncle! Calm down, everyone. It's just hypothetical, of course. Could you imagine the headlines if I had revealed that I was, in fact, a legendary assassin? This goes without saying, but reality is hardly ever that outlandish. Right. Uncle, I would appreciate it if you didn't scare us like that, even hypothetically. He is quite the practical joker. I apologize for the fright. However, I would give things a second glance if I were you. If one of my employees was truly responsible for sending you the mail, given that only limited amount of people have access to the terminal, wouldn't it implicate them? It would. This is true. So we might need to consider the possibility our suspect's not with IBC. Tio, that transmission between the IBC and the SSS, would it be possible to mask the location it was sent from? an interesting question. It is possible that the IBC's main terminal was hacked from an external source. Hacked. The hell does that mean? I don't fully understand it myself, but I believe it's a technique used for unauthorized operation of a terminal primarily by breaching one's security system. That is essentially correct. Any terminal connected to the orbital network can theoretically be accessed by another. You would need to be unbelievably talented and familiar with technology, of course. The orbital network is still in its testing phase, so there are a limited number of places that have access to terminals. But despite these limitations, we have already begun to encounter security issues. Interesting. So you're telling me, not only is this Yin guy some crazy assassin, but he's also one of these hackers? I don't think we should jump to conclusions, though we should consider the possibility that the orb mail was sent from elsewhere. Well, I truly hope the situation is resolved without me having to doubt my employees. More importantly, it poses a serious problem if the main terminal has been hacked. I have an idea. Would you like to enter the terminal room and investigate it for yourselves? Seriously? Are you sure that's okay? Of course! You may be able to find evidence of hacking if you examine the terminal. I'll have the staff escort you there. That would be helpful, sir. Thank you, Uncle. My pleasure. Besides, as CEO, this is an issue I can't afford to overlook. And I must say, Ellie, I get the impression your days have been quite fulfilling as of late. Pardon? I had my reservations when I first heard that you joined the CPD. But it does seem like a job that will net you some valuable real-world experience. So please allow me to aid you in any way I can. It's reassuring to hear that from you. Oh, I'm glad. And one more thing. Speaking with the four of you face-to-face, I see even more potential than I did reading the articles. I'm sure you've realized this already, but Crossbell is plagued with a rather unique set of problems. And I'm sure Ellie is painfully aware of this as well. I believe that the most significant problem we face as a society is that justice has lost all substance. It has become a shadow of its former self. What do you mean? Do you elaborate? The idea, the very concept of justice has become nothing more than an empty vessel, lip service, if you will. Everyone has their own perspective, of course. Some even scoff at the mere mention of it, claiming there is no such thing. Whatever the opinions, however, one truth remains. Mankind are creatures that will, to our dying breath, chase after the ideal justice. Yeah, I don't like saying humankind. Humans are creatures that will, to our dying breath, chase after the ideal of justice. The idea of justice. There's a freaking error. But no, I really do genuinely fucking hate when people say humankind. Just say mankind! Or humans. Why is that? Justice is the foundation of society. If criminals were not bound by that justice we call law, people would isolate themselves in the safety of their homes, never to venture out into what they see as a dangerous world. If that were the case, any hope of a functioning society would disappear. While justice has become somewhat ambiguous in Crossbell, we still manage to live our lives. Maybe. Political corruption, criminal underworld. Even if the police cannot tame the economic prosperity we currently experience, allows our citizenry to live their lives in relative comfort. Petty crime is at an all-time low because of it. But an unseen evil still spreads across our land. And sensing it, people seek justice from the very core of their being. Because no matter what shape or form justice takes, people will always pursue it. And that's precisely why Crossbell Bracers experience the popularity they do. Oh, put the safety of the citizens above all else. They certainly do seem to be allies of justice. Ain't that the truth? I've already got the feeling Crossbellians worship the guild way more than any other country does. Yes, it certainly does make sense. The extent to which bracers can exercise justice is limited, however. As they are, it is simply impossible for them to resolve the injustices of this city. They are a bandage at best. That is why I expect great things from you. You may be the lasting cure. What? So you're telling us we need to start taking down the bad guys in the place of the bracers then? Oh, were it only that simple. No, that's not what I intend for you. It is clear to me that you four are pursuing justice in your own way. And I think it's important to demonstrate that to people, they can so see it for themselves. Justice still lives on in Crossbell. You want us to give people a reason to believe in that. Exactly. And for that reason, every article that the Crossbell Times publishes on the SSS is vital to your success. You may still be young and inexperienced, and you may make mistakes from time to time, but I believe everyone will notice your earnest pursuit of justice. There will be some who don't take you seriously, yes. However, I sincerely doubt there will be many among Crossbell citizens who oppose your work. In fact, I think quite a few people have already begun to place their hopes in the SSS, even if they may not show it quite yet. Look at me, delivering a passionate speech in the heat of the moment. Let's return to the issue at hand, shall we? I believe I was about to give you permission to go and inspect the terminal room. Right. We appreciate that. Where should we gain access? Let me see. I have access, and normally I would gladly escort you there. But unfortunately, I have many matters to attend to. We didn't mean to take up so much of your time. Not at all, Ellie. I quite enjoyed our talk. Shall I have one of my employees take you? That won't be necessary. Who is she? I recognize those tales. Belle! So you've returned. Yes, Father. I just arrived moments ago. It's been too long, Ellie. Cut it out, Belle. How long has it been? 2 months? 3? Have you gotten thinner, Ellie? Have you been eating right? We can always fix that, no problem. I also see that your arms and legs have been shaped up nicely, too. Very impressive. It's only natural that I build up some muscle given our daily routines. Because of that, I may have actually gained a few pounds, believe it or not. Oh, is that right? Now that you mention it, I can feel all this new muscle. It feels amazing, I must say. It really suits you. Hell. She's bold, isn't she? Thank you, Adios. I will treasure this moment for the rest of my life. Horny! Horny! You are horny. I get the impression their relationship transcends your ordinary friendship. Mariabell, I know how much you enjoy your special brand of touchy-feely reunions, but I think that's enough. After all, our guests are quite busy. Oh, my apologies. Everyone, allow me to introduce my friend. This is Mariabell Crois, Uncle Dieter's daughter and my best friend. These are my colleagues, Belle, Lloyd. These are my colleagues, Belle, Lloyd, Randy, and Tio. Now, enough with the introductions. I'd much rather inspect them myself. I see. What? Can I help you? You pass, dear. You're as cute as a button. And you two fail miserably. What? Why? The hell? I'm cute as a button too. Cuter even. The thought you mangy muchbull being by my dear Ellie's side day in day out is revolting. The goddess herself must be sighing, no, sobbing at this tragedy. Absolutely unacceptable. Did you just call me a mutt? Calm down, Belle. And what's with your outfits? They are far too casual for someone of Ellie's pedigree. You could at least have the decency to wear an appropriate suit. My outfit. Well, these clothes make traveling easier, like when we have to hike through the mountains or cross difficult terrain. Did I ask you for your excuses? You see, Ellie, this is exactly why I didn't want you to work for the CPD. Why couldn't you have worked for me instead? It would have been much more worthwhile to use your time and talent. That's enough, Belle. Well, my office has certainly become a lively place. You're all about the same age, so I'm glad to see you're doing so well. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time for me to stop putting off my next appointment. Could you show our guests to the terminal room, Belle? Terminal room? Why do they need to go there? You can ask them for the finer details. Farewell, everyone. It was a pleasure. This guy doesn't seem to be the type to say wale. Friggin' Louvet in the second game definitely seemed to be the type to sit, or excuse me, I forget what he called himself in the third game. Louvet in the third game would be definitely seem to be the type to say, I bid you wale, which means farewell in Latin. A tactical retreat if I have ever seen one. Oh, father. If you're ready, then you could lead us to... Hey, I wasn't finished with you yet. You there with the fiery red hair and loud orange coat. Do you honestly think that's acceptable? A built physique like yours demands to be shown off in a suit, like a real man. Me? Sorry to disappoint you, but suits just ain't my style. I'm more into the casual look. Fits my effortless swagger all the better. Don't worry though. I may be a ladies' man, but I'd never try to seduce Mademoiselle on a romantic moonlit night. You know, like my Nan Lloyd here did. Excuse me? Thank you, Randy. Thanks for that. Randy, why? Can you not say it in such a misleading way? I failed to see what exactly about the description was misleading. Besides, your mood has improved dramatically since last night. Tio, please. Come on, Tio, not you too. Lloyd, wasn't it? Care to elaborate on your friend's little story? Because there's something I'd like to know. What vile, lecherous things have you done to my sweet, innocent Ellie? I haven't done anything to her. Ellie, could you please back me up here? I think I understand the situation now. Shall I show you the terminal room then? That would be lovely, Belle, if it's not too much trouble. Oh, of course not. I'd do anything for you, Ellie. So have we cleared up that misunderstanding? Whatever, I'm over it. So you're the SSS. I'm curious to see what you're capable of. And whether or not you can prove to me that you're worthy of being Ellie's colleague. Okay. Why is she only directing this at me? Man, you definitely just shot straight to the top of her shit list. My condolences. I think you've had enough fun, Belle. Could you show us to the terminal room now? Of course, follow me. The terminal room is down on floor B5. She is an interesting one. Mariabell Crois. She's a real piece of work. I promise, she's not a bad person. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? It's just sometimes I can't be sure if she's just being overbearing or overly enthusiastic, or both. She and her old man make quite the interesting duo. I suppose that is to be expected from the family that owns the famous International Bank of Crossbell. Oh, that's my private room. Would you like to join me for some tea? It'll be my treat. Sorry, we're a little busy right now. Do you mind showing us the terminal room first? Of course, right this way. Oh, I didn't even realize she was following me, so that's kind of some neat dialogue. Yen, was it? What exactly is his objective? We don't know. Got any thoughts on the situation, Lloyd? I'm sure you probably figured out a thing or two. I do, actually. I was wondering if perhaps the threatening letter in the orb mail were in truth written by two different people. What? I'm not sure I follow. It's pretty simple. Cancel all performances of your upcoming show, or your beloved, fervent dancer will have a tragic accident. The threat letter's phrasing is odd but straightforward. Meanwhile, if you recall the orb mail, I, Yin, hereby submit my request. Overcome this trial and face me. Only then will I grant you your mission. The orb mail is written with an old-fashioned dictation. Wouldn't you agree they read nothing alike? I see your point. Now that you mention it, yeah. I was so shocked by the content of the orb mail that I failed to notice. Hey, what do you make of this? A few possibilities that come to it's that fucking Yona kid we saw at the beginning of this chapter. For example, what if Yin doesn't operate alone? His accomplice could have sent the mail. Or perhaps Yin intentionally wrote the two messages differently to throw us off. I'm sure there are other possibilities I could list too, but frankly, it won't help us much to keep throwing out theories. Well put. How interesting. Again, we're almost there. For those of you who saw my playthrough of Cold Steel 3 and 4, you know exactly who this woman is. Welcome to B5 Basement 5 floor. This houses the IBC main terminal. Terminal room is right down the stairs. Wow. This is some mind-blowing stuff. It's like I'm looking at the future itself. You guys have the most bleeding-edge tech you can get crammed into one building. This is the latest model of information processing system developed by the Epstein Foundation. I believe Libero's high-speed cruiser also utilizes a similar system. Oh, you must be referring to the famous air cell. The systems they use are essentially the same, but there's one major difference. We've increased the processing power several fold to handle the vast network of information. Incredible. Lady Mariabell? Hello, ma'am. Well, hello to you as well. I trust the project is proceeding smoothly. Yes, all thanks to your continued support. Our recent simulations are proving to be extremely successful. I'm sorry, who exactly are they? They're with the police department. Oh, by the way, there's a possibility that our main terminal has been hacked into by an external source. What? Hacked? Well... Tio, do you mind explaining the situation to them? Allow me. Somebody hacked into the network. I can't deny the possibility exists, but I'm in total disbelief that it actually happened. No, this should be impossible. I refuse to accept that somebody out there could hack into our system that easily. If you're this adamant, then we'll have to assume that one of you two sent the orb mail. So which of the two is Yin? Cough it up. What? Neither of us are Yin. It must have been a hacker then. The two of us are so worthless that that's the only explanation. Well, you're being pretty hard on yourself there, buddy. Almost reminds me of Ilya. I guess we know who holds the whip here at the IBC. The Special Support Section's terminal received the orb mail at around 3 in the morning. Be a doll and look up the logs around that time period, okay? Yes, ma'am. Look through them right away. Here it is. The Orbez encryption algorithm was cracked right under our noses. It's as we thought. Seems like pretty solid evidence to me that our hacker's coming from outside the IBC. I'll trace the point access. Okay, the point of access is no good. I lost it. So we still have no idea where the hacker managed to enter the system from. Right, whoever this is, they'd know what they're doing. They managed to get rid of any trace that they've been tampered with. The most I can confirm with the complete confidence is that they used a terminal somewhere in the city. They're really good then. May I use the terminal for a moment? Huh? But... Well, go ahead, sweetheart. TL, was it? You can tinker with our system as much as you'd like. Thank you. I will begin. Access. Aeon system activate. Huh? Tio? Oh my. Attempting real-time control by multi-dimensional analysis. Analyzing all terminal logs. Examining all suspicious logins. Leaving traces of concealment. Amazing. What is this insane processing speed? Please support me, you two. Accessing all Crossbell terminals via administrative privileges. I am transferring all suspicious logins to you, so please examine them to me. Right. We can handle it. Are you following any of this? Not in the slightest. Glad to hear I'm not the only one who's completely in the dark. Now I see Tio is an Orbital stack user. While that impressive piece of technology allows for the instantaneous use of orbital arts, it seems she's found a way to use it as a conduit for augmented control of terminals. You understand what's going on? Bella did study orbital engineering at the Foundation, so I'm not surprised. You could say I know a thing or two about orbital tech. Looks like they're just about finished. Oh hey! Have either of you found anything? All the logins on my side look clean. What about you, Clay? Got it! Control Terminal 8 in the Geofront B sector. We detected an unauthorized login. Geofront? So our little rats snuck underground in that area right near Station Street. You are mistaken. That location leads to Geofront Sector A. The terminal accessed by the hacker was in Sector B. Underneath the northwestern part of the city. East? I thought you said west. That's west, Patrick. You're fired again. What should I do, Lloyd? I said we head there immediately. City Hall should be responsible for all Geofront access. Let's start asking the receptionist if we can borrow a key for that sector. Yeah, and I'll be doing all that next episode, but I am going to go get the key this time. She sure is. Great work, Tio. I can't pretend I have any idea what you did, but you helped us out without a doubt. Good job, Tio. That's our Tio Tot. She's always pulling through for us. I do not believe I did anything extraordinary. Besides, I'm a member of the SSS too. It is the least I could do. Not extraordinary, she says. I have a proposition for you, Tio. Would you and Ellie like to come work for me? Come on, Belle, cut it out. You trying to poach our talent? I'd kind of prefer if you didn't. We need the whole team together, you know. Oh, settle down. I was just kidding. Anyway, once you've managed to solve the case, do fill me in on the details. I'll leave the keycard in your hands for the time being. It will give you access to the top floor as well as this one. Make use of it. Thank you. If you'll excuse us. Let's go to City Hall. Hello, welcome to Shitty Hall. Home with a fried cat. I'm glad we finally have a lead, but I'm exhausted. No kidding. You must be especially wiped out after Mariabell tore into you like that. She really didn't like you. Wonder whose fault that was exactly? I have to say, it is rare to see someone not specialized in orbital technology reach her level of proficiency. Are you certain Mariabell is not an engineer? She certainly has experience from her studies, but no. She specializes in business management. As her father's right hand, I've heard she's tasked with managing several of his projects. Incredible. So is that what she wanted to hire you for, Ellie? Yes, I do appreciate her offer, but it's just not for me. I must say she was quite interesting. Mankind will chase after the ideal of justice. He's been teaching me various life lessons through stories ever since I was little. Today it has given me the more to think about it when it comes to our duties. I don't know why I stumbled through that. I'm just getting tired. Or is it that fucking phenomenon where your words get mixed up for no fucking reason? I haven't done jack shit today. I've sat on my ass, shot the shit with my friends, and played Elden Ring. I'm really enjoying Elden Ring, by the way. I'm using a guide to walk me through it just so I'm not completely fucking helpless at it. Fighting Cowboys guide, I would recommend using his Elden Ring guide. It's very intuitive, very direct. Let's get to the Geofront key. Justice, huh? Welcome to Crossbell City Hall. Oh, you're with the CPD. Are you here to meet with someone? Not quite. Geofront B sector. I believe it's in the northwestern part of the city. Wait one moment while I get you the key. Here you are. Thank you very much. That was easier than expected. Is it okay for us to borrow this without any paperwork? Not to worry. I've been instructed to cooperate with the CPD on matters like this. And truth be told, I've lent that very same key out to the Bracer Guild before. Really? Wonder what they needed it for. The entrance to the Geofront B sector can be found near the residential district's waterway. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Thanks, beautiful. Andy, don't. Just don't. I think they said the Western District. Or did they say residential district? It was indeed the residential district. Like I said, I'm going to end this one here. Thank you all for watching. Join me next time on Trails from Zero as I dive into the Geofront B sector and chase down a filthy fucking hacker and give him a ripe spanking. But until then, I'm TheDarkSeraph signing off. Follow me on Twitter like no